by Richard Neinstedt, the Ottawa City Manager. And good morning, Richard. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing well, Gary. How do I get you back?
Well, it's kind of a long story. We'll talk about it, okay?
All right. Well, hey, it's good to hear you. You know, it's a great weekend. We had at least 6 of our 9 grandchildren at our house at one point or another this weekend. So that was pretty awesome.
So you had to come back to work and get some rest then.
Well, no, it wasn't. It's all right. I mean, as you know, they wear you out, but they don't wear you out.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those good things. It's a good working over, I think.
Right.
We had our one for about a half a day yesterday, and that was plenty for us too.
There you go. That's just practice for all the others, man. Here,
Absolutely. That's
you know,
right.
yeah. But they're a lot of fun, and it's just nice. It's fun to have them around. And I would also tell you, we had a special visitor, one of our favorite pastors along the way, and we are Missouri Synod Lutheran Church, and one of our favorite pastors is Larry Block, who's up at I believe Platte City now, and he stopped by to see us, so that was cool.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at this study session agenda here for today. Start things off about getting an agreement with Kansas Gas Service for natural gas out of Proximity Park. Is that a difficult process to get that all put together, or is it just pretty much a formality?
Well, it has been a long process. This is one of the projects we were approved by the base grant out of the Kansas Department of Commerce earlier this year. We had three projects approved, and they are all associated with Proximity Park. This is one of them. A water tower is the next, and then there is a lift station we're working on. But Kansas Gas Service is rather unique in that not very seldom do cities and Kansas Gas Service contract together to get gas lines somewhere, but because of the circumstances, because of the grant we awarded, and because this is a critical piece of infrastructure at Proximity Park, we have been working on this agreement between the city and Kansas Gas Service, and we are ready to go with it today. So we'll present it to the commission today. We'll have a representative from Kansas Gas Service available, and we're recommending that the City Commission take the unusual step of approving it at a study session so that we can get to work on a project and get a natural gas line out there to the park.
That, along with the water tower and the other pieces, are very important as far as getting people more interested in that Proximity Park area. I would imagine having those pieces in place are going to be very attractive to future tenants.
Well, you're exactly right, Gary. And what it does is make it more than shovel ready. It makes it double shovel ready.
Right. Well, we've got hangar rental rates on the agenda once. I think that was on last week, wasn't it?
You had it on 2 weeks ago. And then
okay.
Interim Public Works Director Dennis Starp went back to the Airport Advisory Board, had a discussion about airport rates, hangar rental rates, and they're bringing it back today so the commission can have another discussion on it.
Okay, so still working on that.
Yes.
Still working on lakeside lots, it looks like, as well. There's bid opening on that that Blaine Fitch is going to talk about.
We did. We received some attractive bids on the lakeside lots. I think the total is about $77,000. If the commission accepts those, that money will go into the special park fund.
Okay. And then a rather odd request, I think, in a way, that's a request for a garage sale down at Forest Park on the north side.
This is an odd request because in our code, it says that if you want to have a garage sale at Forest Park, you have to get permission of the city commission. So generally codes come about because of something that's happened somebody didn't like, or they thought there ought to be regulation. And my guess is that is why that request is on the city commission. And in 15 years being here, I don't recall that we've ever had a request for a garage sale at Forest Park.
And it kind of brings up a question I've had over time. Whenever people are wanting to use the public facilities for whatever reason, what's the general process to go through on that?
You know, that's a good question. And what they need to do is call City Hall, talk to Lisa Borges, and talk to her about, and this is for any park, you can talk to her about what you want to do in the park, and she will guide you through the process if you want to reserve a shelter house or have an event.
Okay. Well, guess what? Jeff Brewer has popped into the control room here, and I'm guessing this is his one question a week now that I think we're starting.
Well, I thought that last question about what you do to reserve the parks was Jeff's.
Nice try. Applications are open for the Kansas Poet Laureate, and I want to know if your poetry quality is good enough to be considered for the position, and if you're chosen, will you serve as the official Kansas poet?
Well, I believe if you give me a little time, I could put together a poem that would be good for public consumption. Okay, I'm a pretty talented guy, but I need to have some time to put that poem together, and I actually come from some stock that has been a poet laureate. I had a relative, a very distant relative, that at one time was poet laureate in the state of Nebraska.
Impressive. Wow, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
And you can.
So what's the deadline?
I have to check that.
Yeah, and like, what are the rules? You can't really plagiarize, right?
Well, you give it a shot, see what happens.
Yeah, there you go. And I'd like to tell you two gentlemen a groundbreaking activity that you are involved in. We're actually filming this discussion we have with KOFO, or videotaping it, and we're going to have it on our website every week so people can see the voices, the faces behind the voices.
Wow.
Yeah, that's scary.
That is a little scary. I do have radio.
So do I.
So welcome, guys. I'm glad to have you here on this inaugural event.
Thank you very much, Richard. A couple of the things we want to talk about. First of all, we got a groundbreaking for the new Chrysler Dodge dealership location out on 23rd Street tomorrow, and also Ottawa University Fusion going on in Legacy Square tomorrow.
Yeah, and both of those are pretty exciting. Both of those are very important to our community. It's taken Victory Chrysler a while to get to this point, but just the fact that we're having an expansion of a major car dealer in our community speaks well for our community and speaks well for Victory Chrysler. And Ottawa University Fusion is always a good time for the community to welcome our students back to our community, which, kind of think about it, I think there's 800 at this campus. Just think about the impact that has upon our economy.
And also, I think a new student enrollment of about almost 400 this year. So that's amazing. So, all right, Richard, any other words of wisdom for us today?
I just appreciate you being with me. I appreciate Jeff's questions. I'm going to work on my poem. Maybe it will never come up again, but I'm going to make sure I have a poem someday.
That sounds good. We'll look forward to that.
All righty.
All right, have a great week.
All right, take care. Thank you.
All right, City Manager Richard Ninth.